Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark
Jocelyn.
and welcome to a nice little Friday get together with some drinks and some travel questions. So feel free to shoot some questions our way. I know we're on a lot of different platforms right now. We're on a few YouTube channels and some Facebook channels and Twitter and LinkedIn and who knows where else we can be. But we want to welcome you all here, and we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. But we got like about an hour. We're going to be on here to answer your questions and things like that. But I know at the beginning of these, sometimes it's, we take a little time to get everybody going and get the people that are watching the replay a little something for them to kind of take in before the questions get started. And so, topic we want to talk about today a little bit is
Hotel reviews and how to read them, how to know really what it says, right?
basically how to spot a bad hotel online, because that's one of the things you have to think about is, there's so many different things that can happen, because you can look and a place will look great online, but then you get there and
Sometimes the photos don't match what you're getting. I don't even know where the photos come from sometimes. Or it was, like they have a proposed renovation, and so they've given you like faux pictures.
The renders.
Yeah.
The renders, what it will look like, but not when you're there.
Yeah.
And that's one of those big things, is looking at the pictures is really key. And what I recommend, look at the, they'll have the, like, if you go on Bookings or TripAdvisor, wherever, they'll have like the hotel's official
pictures,
and then it'll have guest pictures. And what you want to do is compare those two, because the guest pictures and the hotel pictures match up. Like, oh, okay, that's the same. That's a good sign. If you're seeing something completely different, that's that's the thing you gotta watch out for.
Might be a red flag.
That might be a red flag, And anytime you're looking at hotel reviews, I mean, like you say, how do you read the reviews? Like, one thing is important, like look at the rating. Like, is it, if it's below an 8 out of 10, you got to be careful. It's below a 4 out of 5, you got to be careful, because most people give nicer rating. They automatically, oh, it's 5 out of 5, because if you ever look at some things, if you don't give it a 5 out of 5, then they want you to like fill out 9,000 things. You're like, oh, fine, they get a 5 out of 5 because I don't want to deal with it.
I also really like to look at on some platforms, the hotel is able to respond to reviews, and I always think it's really great, especially when someone gives a bad review and they're like, "Hey, that concerns us. We'd like to talk to you about it," or contrarily, if they're like, you have no idea, like they get like combative with the people. I'm like, wow, I'm not going there. There are things like that you need to look at too.
Yeah, and one of the things is when you're reading those comments from, well, first, if the hotel is actually responding to the reviews, that's usually a good sign, because they care enough about their online like presence that they're probably going to care about their like in-person presence. So that's a good thing. But look at how they're doing it. If they're professional, they're going back and forth and talking to each other, or like they're being professional, like, oh, we appreciate bringing this to our concern. We have some things to you, and you can see they're addressing it. That's good. However, if they're like a petulant child, well, you're a stinky boo-boo head, that's when you're like, wait, if they're not professional in those kind of things, that might be a sign. It might not be.
Yeah. And you also have to remember that sometimes hotels change ownership or management, and that can greatly affect things. So you want to look at the most recent reviews. I think that's really important, because, something that happened 2 years ago may not be the case anymore. So it's good to look at the most recent ones, and also read the gamut. Don't just read 5-star, like read 1-star reviews, but also read 5-star reviews, because sometimes people have given like 2 and 3-star reviews to something, and they're over the most minuscule things. Like they didn't have washcloths. Well, guess what, y'all? In Europe, you don't get a washcloth. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. So you need to like kind of weigh those things. And then other people give 5-star ratings, and then they complain about the place. So it's good to kind of read throughout. You don't have to read every single review.
Yeah. But it's good to look for certain words like cleanliness, location, bed bugs. Like, if you ever see the word bed bug, just don't. Because if there's a bed bugs comment and they have not replied to it, that's a hotel you don't want to stay at, because they're not addressed. Because here's the thing with the realize is some of these platforms, anybody can write a review. So it could be somebody's ex-wife or ex-husband, or someone that just doesn't, or their competition. Like, this isn't unheard of. Well, they'll put fake reviews in. So that's why it's really kind of important to kind of,
suss out what what really happened, right?
Yeah, and Stuart Ross from YouTube makes a good point. Hey, Stu, good to see you. Plus, you need to look for fake paid reviews of hotels. And that's one of those things where you want to. Hey, Fraser in the Scotland Eyes, the Highlands, we got to get back to see you guys. One thing I would say is with those paid reviews, you'll notice if they make comments that don't really, it's like on Amazon. Wow, this product is really great. This hotel is really great. We loved our stay. Everything was wonderful. But they don't talk about the rooms. They don't talk about any amenities, nothing there. It could be literally for any hotel possible. I mean, literally, we get like on Instagram and stuff, we get DMs from people, hey, you want us to give you 1,000 like nice reviews or something like that for $5? I'm like, no. Why would I want fake reviews? And so that's one of those things you have to kind of think about, because if it seems a bit too broad, like, are they talking about this property? That could be a sign that it's a fake review.
And typically travelers who've actually stayed in these places, they do mention the location. They mention cleanliness. Typically they talk about the rooms or the service. There are specific things, and those paid reviews generally are just like you said, they're just very general things.
Yeah.
So look for specifics.
And for your Amazon reviews too, if it's too general, like this product's amazing. No, like if it's a hair dryer, they're going to talk about how it dries their hair. Like these kind of things, you want to make sure it's in there. So just a few things to kind of start off with. And we see we got some wonderful fellow travelers on here, and they're on we're trying to try a lot of different platforms at the same time. So I'm just going to say hi to some people real quick as we go through. Gabriel's review. Hope you're doing well at 1 a.m. in the morning. Shady Hill, good to see you. Stu, always a pleasure. Mary Ellen, good to see you.
Oh,
and Dylan.
Hey.
Z4 Zeppelin good evening from Cole, North Carolina. It's going to get colder.
You know what? That's part of why we're doing this tonight, because we kind of felt like half the country's cold, and so maybe we can all hang out together and get warm.
Realist CIA member. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you too. Midlife Ducks. Good to see you. Good as well. Hey, Mike, my friend. Good to see you. Frigid, Indiana. Yeah, we had minus 25 Fahrenheit, so it's like minus 30
I can't even go that
Celsius far. In the wind chill here, so a little chilly. Mark Yowzers, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Ooh, Parker. Hey, Mark. We're headed to Lyon in March. Lovely. Just watched your recent video, but a little nervous to try our picky eaters. Searching to a bouchon. What say you? Do not let them get the sausage. Do not. Like it looks like.
Tell me how you really feel.
But you remember we saw.
I know what, and it tastes like poo.
No, it's not the taste like poo one. It's the organ meat.
The
one that's not that one.
Yeah,
so for those who Andalous like sausage is a famous sausage from France, but Lyon is like famous for it. But the thing is, it's organ meat and it's like rough cut, so like you have like valves and stuff, and the chewing, like that's not gonna go. But Parker, take them and get the pink praline brioche, like if I have in the video, like, and also if you go, I think I have the Eats of Lyon on the on Walter's World Eats. Look at that. Show them that video. I have all kinds of foods for them there that they're actually going to enjoy. But what's cool is that the bouchon have other options, so they can have like the more traditional like meat and like fry, like intro cold and fries kind of stuff.
There's like you can get a lot of like steaks and things like that, and like you said, fries. There are things that picky, teens, tweens are going to be okay with, and there's also Quick.
Yeah, there's a quick. Yeah, they do have a Quick there, I believe, which is like it's a Belgian fast food place that's popular in France as well. Yeah. But which is then you're like, hey, it's fast food, but it's it's European. But no, there's a ton of other things. But the bouchon, it's worth it for the experience, and you'll see when you're with them, they'll find some things. And what I found is Lyon, the people are super friendly in Lyon. And they're going to help you. And their English is pretty, like when you go and eat, like just be like, oh, bonjour. They'll know you don't speak French. And you just try to speak some French. And then if you say, what would the kids like? They're quite helpful with it. So I understand the worry, but you don't have to worry too much. Just don't let them they're like, oh, sausage, like hot dogs. No. I wish it was just lips and you know what.
but here's the thing, like they won't stop. No. They'll eat eventually. And they might find something new that they like.
Yeah, no, there's quite a few things. Like, I mean, the bouchon, which is for those who know, bouchon are the traditional Lyonnaise restaurants in Lyon, France, which is like the culinary capital of France. And there's a lot of hearty food. But they'll find something. I'm not worried. Ooh. Iris is going to Ireland in April. Your tips on driving are helping so much. You'll be fine. Just remember, when you get in, rent the car from the airport, Dublin, and leave from there. Don't go into Dublin because your life will be hell. We always rent the car from the airport and then go drive around the country, come back, drop it off at Dublin Airport, take public transportation into Dublin and finish there. Or don't even go to Dublin and just explore the country. You'll be there. Thank you, Shard. I appreciate it. Oh, Lakeland, Florida. Hey, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Good day from Adelaide. Sorry. So those of you who don't know, when I was an exchange student way back in the day, I had long hair.
School.
But I had long hair on top too. Very odd. And I actually met her right after I came back from there. And Adelaide was my favorite city I visited in Australia. It was awesome. There was this ring of parks around it. It was just I had such a good time when we were there. I remember on our drive we drove basically from Wagga, New South Wales to Adelaide, and we stopped in the middle of the night driving, and middle of nowhere, looking up. It was new moon too, stars out the wazoo. It was incredible.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Frederick, hey, Mark and Jocelyn having a friend coming over in a bit, and he's going to Israel in March. Going to try to get him to chime in with questions. Please do. I will have some more of our Israel videos finally coming out. Stuff. We had a great time when we were there. There's more food than you can imagine. How even if you don't order things, it'll be 10 extra dishes are going to come out. I will say, tell them that if they want to eat at the hotel, pre-book a dinner or a lunch if they want or breakfast. Sorry, because it's significantly cheaper to pre-book the breakfast at the hotel before as opposed to doing it when you're there. And I think it's one of those things that try to entice people to do it earlier. And the restaurants or the hotels do have insanely lots of stuff for breakfast. It's really good. Eric B in my house.
Hey,
Good
Eric,
to see you, buddy.
How are you?
So
Nice
Eric,
to
Travel
see
Adventures with
you.
Eric B. Always a fun time with him talking about travel. Also, he does some sports stuff too, and we'll see him.
I love his sports.
I know, and we will see him.
I love his sports.
Yeah, who do you have
commentary.
winning this weekend, Eric? Let's know.
Yeah.
I don't gamble, but I always like to know what's going on. Hey, Midnight Talk. Looking at your Barcelona room videos very recently. Great stuff. Thank you. Mariana, can't wait to get back. We're into Ireland. Nice. Let's see. Hey, Stuart, Airbnb is better than a hotel. So one of the things I would say, this is one thing. So
it depends on
depends
where you're traveling, how you're traveling, with whom you're traveling.
Yeah, and that's one thing is, so I'm filming our next podcast, and we're going to be talking about, over tourism, and we're going to talk about being a good tourist and kind of stuff, and how to combat the angst people have about, hey, if I'm going to Spain or Barcelona where there's people protesting tourism, what can I do? Some of the things you think about is I took a group of 20 students to Barcelona during those protests a couple of years ago, and none of our students had any problems. They met locals because we were staying in hotels. That's one thing. Stay in a hotel, not an Airbnb, because a lot of those are taking people's homes. That helps out. Go to local restaurants because show you appreciate the culture when you're there. Shop at the boutiques. When I don't say fancy boutiques, the local things.
Yeah.
Then people notice that and they're like, "Oh, you're really helping out." And that's where my students, we were going to the city festivals and stuff, and it was really good. So it's one of those things. But I can understand sometimes you do want to have the Airbnb
and
over.
We stay in both, and sometimes it's much less expensive for us to rent an Airbnb or some type of apart hotel kind of thing, because we have 2 kids who count as adults. So we have 4 adults, and it's not like in the US where you can get 2 queen beds in a hotel room all the time. So sometimes it's very difficult to get a place. They'll say, "Oh, well, you can have, Mark and Jocelyn and Liam, but then Caleb's an adult because he's 19, but Liam's really an adult. But since he's the smaller, it gets a little complicated sometimes." Yeah. And so, but honestly, we've stayed in some pretty cheap, very Spartan sort of hotels with the kids and gotten 2 rooms, and it cost us less. And quite frankly, we don't care about having a fancy hotel.
No.
Not at all.
That's why we didn't really do hotel reviews for a long time, because we were in whatever hotels, but also going back earlier, hotels changed so much that we were I don't want this to be a video. Actually, we have it on our Honest Travel Network. There's hotel reviews there. We do reviews there, but it's one of those things, they change so fast. The place we stayed in Krakow, I think it's actually closed for renovation now. So
you know what? That's good, because it could use a little freshening, but it was a good hotel, and the location was fantastic.
Adam and a few people in the IC Texas coming up. Adam almost Yeah, be safe, everybody. That's one thing is I did appreciate people are like, hey, be careful going out because
I was supposed to be flying home tomorrow. I was down in Savannah and I was supposed to fly home tomorrow. And I switched my flight last night late, like, I don't know, 9 or 10 o'clock. And got out this morning because I was just really afraid that even if it doesn't hit Atlanta and I could have gotten out, I may not have a plane. Sometimes people don't think about that. It's just that the plane never got there because it was coming from, East Texas or something, and they're under a foot of ice or like those kinds of things. So It was 65 when I left the house this morning in Savannah. I was staying with my best friend and, it was amazing.
So Dudley Duderite wants to know, are people getting phones searched at airports? I haven't seen it at all.
I haven't seen that anywhere.
I haven't seen it. I've gone through Atlanta, Bloomington. I've gone to not a ton of airports, but I've gone through a ton of airports. I haven't seen it anywhere. The thing is like if you're flying into a country, you have to realize if you fly into a country, you're not a citizen of that country. The laws are a little bit different for people coming in, and so it's one of those weird gray areas. But I have not met anybody that's actually had that.
From some of the things that because I kind of started reading about this because I was like, what? I've never seen that. And it's kind of been a thing on the books for a while. It's just kind of coming out and being like everybody's in the know now, I guess, whereas they weren't before. And it is new in some places, but I haven't ever seen it happen. Yeah. And that's really good because they don't need to be reading my stuff.
Yeah, all the memes, we're a true relationship because we just
meme each
other all the time. So Eddie, hey, I saw you just in London. We'll be back in the UK to visit London, but other places in the UK too. So this time, I saw a buddy, one of my best friends. He was like in our wedding, and he was working in London, and so I went and go visit him. So that trip was literally just to go see my friend Dave. And I did film when I was there, but he works in London, and so he was working during the day. So I just want to be there so we have some time. We'd have some time together. So that was that. Then I went to Lille in France, and then my buddy Magnus, you've probably seen in videos before, which is funny. I didn't tell you about this. He was on a business trip to Amsterdam, so I saw him, and so we had a good time there. So it was one of those like meet your old buddies.
Tell me?
Well, so
I knew you were with the
guys. my buddy, he's been in some of our videos, and he's working at this new company, and the owner of the company's wife's like, I recognize you. And so
shut the front
door.
They
saw the Malta videos, but it wasn't the Malta videos we made a couple of years ago. It was the Malta videos from like 14 years ago, where he and we did a guys trip, and we just got hammered. And so it was like us giving tips. So it was like a kind of a fun thing. So we were having a good laugh on that one.
Did you just feel that breeze?
What?
The back door just blew open. I guess it wasn't latched all the way or something.
Ugh.
That's creepy.
Chilly.
And also I just felt cold air coming. Oh. But I was smiling creepily at you because I just loved that you got this, you had this time with two of your best friends.
Yeah, it was fun.
At the same time because they all split their time between a lot of countries.
Yeah, everybody. So that's the thing is I have friends all over, so it's hard to meet up sometimes. So that's why if I get a time I can go and go see them, and it everything works out just fine. Because usually
that was cool.
When I do trips, I always make sure I can see at least one friend. So if I can get two, it's awesome. This summer, we're trying to plan out our summer trip so we can see 3, maybe 4 friends. So it's oh my God.
Well, if we get to the whole Italy thing, we've got a whole bunch of people with big birthdays this year.
Yes.
And that's going to be a party. Caleb's really excited about that.
That's cool. So have you had travel severely impacted by all the protests going on? I have zero impact, nothing, absolutely nothing. That's one of the things everyone has to realize is that the news will play up the bad stuff. And it's not really like that. They show the people shooting water guns at tourists in Barcelona. That is, I teach marketing. That is the shot you want. You need that money shot that's going to get people to oh, I don't know if I should go there. These things I see, it hasn't impacted me at all. And we travel all year round, all around the world, and it has not impacted our travels.
Also, though, if we see large gatherings of people, we just go the other way.
Yeah.
And, take Barcelona, it's a pretty big city.
Yeah.
Right. And those are happening in one small area. So, dude, just don't go to that area and it won't be a problem.
Hey, Chris, good to see you, buddy. Winging it in the woods. No series in StreamYard was actually new. Yeah, it's for free. So I finally got the paid
version.
one, so I can put this on like 5 to 8 different places at once. But the free one is totally fine. Like I honestly don't see why I paid for the extra one. But anyway, just do the free one. You'll be fine. Which win? We appreciate if it is really, really nice. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. So Cherry wants to know any place I'm avoiding bans or anything, travel bans. No, not really. Nothing. Not really skipping anything. Like that's the thing is like people always.
This is always the way it is. Like people always think that Americans, for whatever political thing, one way or the other, you know, we're going to get like things are going to be awful. Well, guess what? If you're a decent traveler and you're kind and you are respectful of cultures and you're just generally not a hole.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It'll be okay. I mean, maybe there could be some weird random whatever, but generally speaking, we've always had the rule that we don't talk about politics. It doesn't matter what it is or where it is. We never talk about it.
Yep.
So it doesn't affect us.
Yeah. And the thing is, people always, that's one thing I've seen. People don't associate the tourists with the government stuff. Right. And that's one thing that's nice. So if you're a good person, you'll be fine.
And that's something you find out when you travel and you're out and doing stuff. Like you.
Okay.
But hang on. No, but when you go to Italy, you don't think about anything that's going on with their politics, right?
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
The people.
Shut up. Let me finish. Let's go. Chris, good to see you on Facebook as well as YouTube. Yvonne on Twitter. I think this is our first time having someone on X or Twitter saying hi. Good to see you, Yvonne from California. Ooh, Mary Ellen, nice brisk -10 to -30 in Connecticut tomorrow. We had that
maybe 18 inches of snow. Yikes.
So where we are 2 days ago, we were going to get no snow. 1 day ago, it was 2 inches of snow. Then this morning, they're like, oh, we're going to get like 6, then 9. And then now it's like 3, then 10. 5 or something.
No, 5 to 10 was what I just read.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 3 to 5. Okay. So now it's changed again.
But my widget's different than yours. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Down in Austin, about down the hatches. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, you all be safe down there. Wait, try. Oh, that's right. You guys get the snow.
Toronto and Snowmageddon. Well, you're in Toronto. I mean,
Toronto. Remember, the second T is silent. It's Toronto.
Yeah, but I don't say it like that because I'm dumb.
There we go. Andy, my September travel plans, Frankfurt to Wrocław, Poland via Berlin is keeping me warm this summer. Nice. So if you do that, so you go to Frankfurt, go the Berlin way, there's a few places you could stop on the way. I would do the Frankfurt, go through like Würzburg and Rothenburg, and then go up to the Harz Mountains, then up to Berlin, and then go down through Dresden, Prague, Český Krumlov, and then go over to Poland. Like, that would be a good way to do it. Oregon, good to see you. Bonsoir. Bonsoir yourself, my friend.
Oregon loving Portugal? Is that what that said? Bonsoir, but speaking French.
Oregonians loving Portugal.
Oh.
I moved to Texas from Springfield, Illinois to get away from the weather we're getting right now. Well, Chris, you get to have it, your own way.
Chris, I was born in Springfield, Illinois.
You SHG? Are you out from Pleasant Plains, or where are you from? Well, here you go. Any tips for traveling to hot places like Tuscany in July with a 1 or 2-year-old? Jocelyn. Hydrate them.
Oh, God, the water. People don't think about babies or toddlers needing water. Get as much water in that kid as you can. That's a big thing. And also, when you see local kids playing in fountains, let your kid play in the fountain too. They really do that a lot in Europe, where little kids, maybe it's not appropriate for adults or larger, older kids, but often little ones are allowed to do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And the sunscreen, and also if you're on trains, because you do that a lot in Italy, don't expect air conditioning. So get a window seat and put a window down, because some do have air conditioning, but some don't. So
yeah, if you're think of it this way: if you're on the Freccia, the fast trains, they will have air conditioning. Yeah. However, if you're on a regional train going to like a side destination, just expect there's no air, and hopefully there'll be a window. Dudley Do Right, thank you again for another super chat. That's very nice of you. And Quinn, good to see you, my friend. For the wife's birthday, yes, that's right. Her ETH birthday in 2020. So there you go.
What does that mean?
He's being nice, not saying which birthday it
Oh.
is going to be next year. So, do you
Well,
think?
how do
Wow,
you know what birthday it's gonna be?
you just said that everyone's having big birthdays next year. So
I said your friends. I didn't say I was.
every birthday's a big birthday with you, baby, because you turn 30 every year.
Mm.
So, y'all, John, hey, man, I appreciate the love, man, for 3 years of being with us. You're the
Look at
best, dude.
that.
I
That's
appreciate
really
it, my
cool.
friend. That's awesome. Thanks, man.
Well done.
That's cool.
You stuck around.
I know. He's like, probably because he accidentally like clicked it and doesn't know how to get
It's
off
an
of it. He's like,
accident.
no.
He didn't know how to like unsubscribe.
Danny Mendez, love the channel, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Claire. So Alsace for the summer. You'll love it. Strasbourg's great. Colmar. And what's cool is you can go over to Freiburg in Germany for day trips or Basel in Switzerland. We have videos for all those places, so you'll do just fine. This one.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's changed? In 2025, we went on a great trip. We were able to book 2 great flight deals to Europe a year out. We booked a trip from there. This year, I'm struggling to find deals for flights 8 months out. That's what's really. So we found our flights
have been a lot better.
Our flights have been a
this
lot
year.
better this year. Like so usually when we fly, we always have to like fly to Paris and they go from there or Amsterdam because those we can get like the $1,200 tickets because if we try to go direct to like Athens or try to go to Venice. Or
They're like $3,000 or something.
Well, yeah, no, like about $2,000. But like,
yeah.
But this year we got them for under $1,000 to go to Venice and come back from Lisbon and like peak summertime. I haven't seen prices like that forever. So
no, I'm like we're super excited about the things, but maybe it's just who you're searching through. I don't know.
I don't know. But it also depends like if they're going like in July and stuff.
This one. Linda Ward, for my Iceland trip, I'm staying in an Airbnb in Reykjavik that's close to the transit and could give me a more immersive experience. So, yes, but what's going to give you the most immersive experience is getting out of Reykjavik. I mean, Reykjavik's cool, but really getting out and seeing the rest of the country is like something I would just, if you are able to do it in any way, shape, or form, rent a car and get out and see it, but have 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. Adam Moore, 10 days away from my first trip to Europe. Awesome. So exciting. So soon. Answering to Basel, Rhine River Cruise. Nice. Yeah, you'll be fine. That'll be a good one. You have a good one. You have helped me calm my nerves so much. I'm glad. Thank you.
That first trip is like, it's the one you'll never forget.
Don't forget. That's true. Are you still going to take your wife to Ethiopia for her 25th birthday next year?
Now that I like, 25th.
Yeah, that's quick. That's quick. So actually right now, Ethiopia has gone on to the highest warning list. So
not going to happen.
Well, you never know. It could get better.
Maybe it'll be better soon.
We'll have to wait and see. Oh, let's see. Andy Hemingway, I'm going to London, Dunkirk, and Lille. I'll be sleeping in capsule hotel, Airbnb apartments, and hotel.
That's cool. I've always wanted to do that.
So I was just in Lille. I just filmed there. Really beautiful buildings. Go to the Beaux Arts Museum, the Fine Arts Museum. They do have a nice collection there. Like that was worth going to. And they have the Estimont, which is the local restaurants there, which are good. But you got to make sure you make reservations for the evening because I was there in January where there's no tourists anywhere and all the locals eat there. And we're talking like Monday night, I still had to have reservations. Also, go to Mert, which is this like patisserie, and you want to get their waffles. Like it's like a waffle filled with like a vanilla cream. So good.
Top shots. I'm going to Portugal in March with my mom for about 9 days. Any tips or advice? So
I'll take that one. Go and get a drink.
Okay. So, we lived in Lisbon and Lisbon's great, but I think you can see the majority of what you need to do and see in like 3 days. We love Porto. Take the train up to Porto, and while you're there, maybe you can get up and see like there's Guimarães and Braga up north, and those are really great places to see. I love Évora. That's another one. Óbidos. But I mean, there are just so many great little towns. Don't just stay in Lisbon and Porto. Porto's great. Lisbon's great, but Óbidos, Évora, Guimarães, and then if you really want like just the beachy vibe, you can go down to the south. And getting all that together in 9 days might be a little bit too much, but you could definitely do a big chunk of things up north as well as Lisbon. at that same time. So, all right. I'm sorry. It's hard to do this when it's all by yourself and you're not used to it. Okay. Kev 13. Sometimes an Airbnb is cheaper. Yes. 10 days in Chicago, midsummer, I'm paying $943 instead of 1,200 for a hotel, although the hotel is way better looking. My concern with that is like, where's the Airbnb in Chicago? Because most of the Airbnbs I've seen in Chicago are not downtown where all the like tourist stuff is. And so
If you're like in
when that
Bucktown or something.
camera moves, it makes me kind of want to vomit.
Well, you don't have to watch yourself. You can just like read.
But I was reading that, now the background starts to roll.
Think about that. Poor Chris
Danger,
Bates
Will
is like, I'm
Robinson.
freezing. I'm gonna vomit.
So my concern with what you're doing, Kev, is just that you're going to spend a lot of money on Lyfts and Ubers and whatnot, getting from wherever that Airbnb is. If you got an Airbnb downtown for $943 for 10 days, bam,
That's awesome.
that's amazing. But if you're out far, it might be a little
Maybe
bit
it's in
more
Wrigleyville.
difficult.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm
that
prepping
maybe.
for Wrigleyville right now. Dang.
What, I have a jigger where you measure the liquor.
I used it, but I put a lot of ice in. So there wasn't a lot of space for the ginger ale. Oh,
You
it's
know, your
like-
wife was a bartender.
I know.
You should learn from
I
her.
don't want to give you extra work. It takes all the work to just keep me around, so you work so hard. Any hootie patootie. Well, think about the Oregonians loving Portugal, live in northern Montana, where it's quite chilly. But 50 miles from East Glacier National, east of Glacier National Park is beautiful. That's one thing I think is going to be cool this summer. Is we have all the. I know Route 66 doesn't go anywhere near there, but yeah, Route 66 has its 100th anniversary, 250 years of the U.S. Like, there's going to be a lot of like U.S. stuff going on, plus the World Cup. Like, it's going to be a lot of things. I know we're planning a bunch of like Route 66 videos and like around the U.S. videos to get people prepared to come for the summer for the tournaments or for the tournament, all those things. So it's going to be interesting how I'm going to fit in all these videos. We're going to have a lot more videos coming up for this summer to get things ready.
We're going to do more than just the normal 2 days a week.
Yeah, well, I think this might be the last Sunday we don't have a Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday video because I did it through the holidays, and I think we'll start having that. So we're gonna have stuff all the time, and then we're also gonna have a lot of the shorts or the reels coming out because of all the really bad travel tips that are out there right now on a lot of things. So we're trying to.
Mark and I are losing our minds over the bad advice.
Oh, the bad advice. And the thing is, some people say like the AI slop, but for me, it's not just the AI slop. It's just the AI stuff is just seeing the bad advice. It gets lots of views. So it makes videos based on that bad advice and it just gets popped out. So sorry.
That one. Yes, please. That's on you.
Good evening from San Diego. I'll be there soon enough. I love the first podcast episodes. When's the next one coming out? So Shebs and I are filming that actually tomorrow morning. And this episode is going to be about over tourism, how to work on sustainable tourism and be how to blend in better so then you can be a better tourist. So that's going to be this episode. And for our patrons and members, we'll have a link. And if you want to send us some questions, we're going to actually have the 25 minutes really discussion. And then we're going to answer a few questions from our members and patrons to kind of help out to add some more content there, but some good stuff there. Wes, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm going to be in Madrid for 4 days and then 3 days in Porto in a little over a week. Nice. Any must-dos, especially for Porto. Okay, so for Madrid, I'll just get to Madrid. So Madrid, you got 4 days. So you got the three main museums, the Tyson Museum, I always say Tyson Group because that's what it's from. But for me, the Prado's number one, then the Reina Sofia is number two. Prado's got the Rubens and stuff like that. You have those there. Then you have the Reina Sofia. That's where I have Guernica from Picasso. And then the Tyson Museum is a private collection, so it's a lot of different stuff, and they're all right near each other. So those are things you want to do. But with 4 days, I would do a day trip to either Segovia or Toledo. I have videos for both towns. So you can check it out and see which one works best for you. If you want a more simple one where it's hey, I can just follow one street and see all the stuff, Segovia would be the better one to do for that. Now, Porto, when you go there, Porto doesn't have a ton, but you have the river front, which is nice. You got the Ribeiro, which is on the Porto side here. Okay, restaurants, eating, stuff like that. The other side, the Gaia side, has all the port wine caves you can go to and see that. Go to a few of them. They kind of blur together after a while, especially with all the port wine you have. There's that. But up the hill Ribeiro, you want to go to the São Bento station. Okay. It has the blue tiles inside. It's one of probably the prettiest train station in the world. House of Music, kind of cool to see. But with 3 days in Porto, you could actually probably take a day trip to where we talked about before, either Guimarães, which is the stone city and founding city of Portugal, or Braga to go see the Bom Jesus monastery, or well, the church up on the hill. It's really kind of a cool thing.
Well, and also it's just a pretty town.
Yes. Quinn, thank you as well for the super chat again, my friend. Where in Caribbean have you visited with my parents? Oh, I haven't well, I was technically with my parents, but I wasn't born yet. I've never been with my parents there, but we've gone when we filmed in Bahamas, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico,
Belize.
Belize, yeah, I guess. Well, there's the Keys there, I guess. So there's that, and then we'll have Aruba, and then we'll have a bunch more later this year. But
Did you say the Caymans?
Yeah, so the Caymans were that. But
Jamaica.
You said that. So, but Quinn, we haven't gone to any of this place with my parents, and sadly, we probably won't. So, it's sad. Oh, Jim and Harriet. Also, thank you for the super chat. That's very nice. Hi, guys.
You.
What are you doing to hunker down for the storm? Just had hernia surgery. Oh man.
I knew that was
We're going to have to go. Feeling better. I hope so. You always put a smile on our faces. Love you guys, Jim and Harriet and Yuki. Well, let Yuki maybe Yuki could like pet your belly instead. I don't know if that might still hurt. Maybe not.
Might not be a good idea.
Lick your toes. There you go.
What are we doing? Well, we went to the grocery store today and we saw a lot of people.
Yeah, so we usually are like morning grocery store people. And so like it was weird because usually go to the grocery store in the morning, there's never anybody there. But then like we were there at like 5, and it was like, since we're supposed to have how much now?
5 to 10 inches.
5 to 10. Wait, didn't you see it was like 9 to 100 inches earlier?
I don't know. I read so many things. I know 10 was the top.
But I could tell when we were there, all the people who were getting off work were like stocking up, and obviously the grocery store didn't like think they wouldn't have known there was gonna be bad weather, right. So they had like two things open. So like the line was quite long.
It was like a half an hour long line.
Yeah, I was laughing because like.
But we saw 2 of our neighbors. One of my girlfriends.
No, we saw 3 of our neighbors.
3?
Yeah. And then I saw a colleague from work, and we saw one of our good friends from the gym and church.
One of my girlfriends that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen in like months because we've just been missing each
other. But you weren't there for this. So when I was in line, because then Josh was telling me, like, I'll just go get in line. So I just waited in line for a while.
I'm talking about.
And a guy I chatted with a few times throughout. He was hammered. He's like,
what?
Yes, he was hammered. And he just had a rotisserie chicken. He's like, I should have got a 6-pack. I could have been drinking while I was here. I'm like, you're gonna be driving. I need to drive home. I live in the apartments right over there. I'm like, oh, cool. You want to come over? We got some chicken and beer. I'm like, I'm good, man, but thank you. I'm like, you want to go in front of me because I had like a cart full, and he just had his rotisserie chicken.
He just wanted some of your groceries.
Yeah, he was just looking for someone to chat with. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I had a good laugh at that.
Oh, goodness.
Dudley, do right. To learn a language, best app or program? There's a lot out there.
I have my 2 favorites.
Who are your 2 favorites?
Well, Pimsleur has always been. That's the one I studied Greek with before I went, and I never got there that far through it because I was going to college and like all the things.
Yep,
baby, get a bigger glass and add some more ginger ale.
Some more ginger ale. Wow.
But I have still retained all of that many moons later. And I just like the way it goes. It makes you remember things. And then the other one is Rosetta Stone, because it's not just phrases. Like things like Duolingo drive me nuts because I'm not learning the grammar. I'm not learning. You kind of learn this big vocabulary, but then putting it together doesn't really happen the same way.
Yeah, I mean, whatever gets you to know. To get you to practice.
Give me this.
Babbles.
Just stop it. Stop it.
Anyway, but honestly, like I have like a lifetime subscription to Rosetta Stone. Full disclosure, we have worked with Rosetta Stone. So I have their language and stuff. but like it's their like entry level in a bunch of languages, so it's like good for tourist kind of things. But what I always tell people, if you want to learn a language, one, you got to take it seriously. Okay, so that means like you got to like take a class at your local community college or take a class at your local like learning center. They'll have that, or you can sign up. There's plenty of online things too you can do. But when you have an actual class that has structure, that's going to help. Two, watch things online. Like if you have a show you like The Simpsons, very simple. You can go online and find it in every language. Heck, on Netflix, you can switch to all those different languages, from Danish to German.
And if you have like the closed captioning in like one language, whether you're listening to it in the language you want to let's say you want to learn Spanish and you're listening in Spanish and reading in English, or vice versa, you're listening in English and reading it in Spanish. Those two things helped me a lot when we lived in Lisbon. I would watch cartoons with Caleb and figure out what it meant.
Yeah. Awesome, Fly Girl. Good to see you. I'm glad you're not frozen yet. Always appreciate what you had to say. Thank you so much. Cheers. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Adam James abroad is in El Salvador. I'm in Central America, hiking volcanoes in El Salvador. Very nice. I love El Salvador. Travel's Life. Check it out on my channel. Feel free. Yes, we've done El Salvador, and we went to El Salvador before things were cleaned up, let's say.
We were there, actually. We came back right before everything got shut down for COVID.
Yeah, because we were in San Salvador at the airport. We were, like a week and a half.
Was it that long?
No. Yes,
yes, because I was unpacking a suitcase.
No,
because
our suitcase does mean
it was a week.
It was like because remember it was like we went to El Salvador beginning of February, and I still could have gone to London, but we were in the airport in San Salvador. They were all wearing masks in the airport. I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be pretty serious. But we had a great time. It was crazy. It's like when it was super unsafe, like the murder capital of the world, it was still okay for tourists. And if you do go there, hey, Adam, make sure you better be eating some freaking pupusas for us, buddies. And watch our video on how to really eat a pupusa, because a lot of people like make it like a taco. It's not. You rip part of it, and then you like pinch the little cabbage stuff, and you put the salsa on there and go like that. That video, we got so many compliments from El Salvador. Yeah, Salvadorans. They're like, "Oh, you did it right. Thank you, man. Thank you." So but have fun down there, man. I'm jealous. You have a good time.
Oh God, don't drink the water.
Oh yes, otherwise you might have an X-File thing.
Sick.
And we didn't do it on purpose. People are like, why did you drink the water? It's because of the place we were staying. They said, hey, if you need water, talk to one of the employees that they'll get you
the clean water.
They'll get you the clean water. So it was like 4 a.m. and I asked one of the security guys, and he just got me water. I had like this much. Jocelyn had a whole bottle. The boy's like, nah, good. She was like out the next night. And then I was like, oh, I hope mom's okay. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not okay. And I mean, literally we're talking all things black sludge.
It was like tar coming from my mouth.
Yeah, and what the greatest thing was at 1:30 in the morning, as I'm on the toilet there was an earthquake, and we were like 50 meters from the water. I'm like, this is it. We're gonna die. This is it. I couldn't even run. Like, I mean, I was running, but not my legs. Not my legs. No, it was not my legs.
It was so terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Minus that, the whole trip to El Salvador was amazing.
We had a great time. Linda Ward, don't wear any sports teams paraphernalia in Europe because they aren't big on that. Yeah, that's true. And also in some places, that's actually, so one of the things we're going to talk about blending in is like if you wear your Manchester United jersey and it's not to a game, there's places in England that won't even let you into a bar because you don't wear those things except for that. So that's one of those things you got to be careful with. Finland is awesome. I just saw that. Finland's awesome. How much yearly do you need to live there for two adults? Finland, think U.S. prices. Whatever you're living on in the U.S., Finland's the equivalent. Yeah, and that's one of those things, like when people talk about expensive Europe or cheap Europe, I'm like, honestly, a lot of places, the expensive places in Europe are equivalent of living in a big city in the U.S. And the cheaper parts are like kind of living in a Midwest city, like not a city, but a smaller town. So that's one of those things, because the prices aren't that much difference. That's why for people that are considering retiring abroad, like you have to think it's like, unless you're going to like Southeast Asia or Central South America, you're not going to have that big of a difference in the like cost of living versus home. So.
Okay. Barry Riley says, can you impromptu travel across America without booking hotels and motels in advance? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey, we do all the time.
I almost never book a hotel in advance in the US unless we have like an event to go to, like a wedding or something.
Aquarius, believe me, when I watch So for those who know, Lancy is the capital of Lorraine. Well, it's not the capital; it's a city in Lorraine, but it's fantastic. You know, the quiche Lorraine is amazing. This quiche is just fantastic. You get all over France, all over the world, but there it's so good. And I remember the one that's in the video in Nancy that you're talking about, Aquarius. Like that one was insane. Like we actually went back to that same restaurant to have it again. Also, at that restaurant, we had the baba rum, which is like a sponge cake, and they have rum on it. It's soaked in rum, and they gave me the bottle of rum. Like you, he goes, looks like you need more rum. They go, boom. And I'm like, dude, I think I got drunk off of like
The
cake.
2 sips of your drink. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm talking about the baba rum.
Okay, hang
Rude.
on. Falcon Ray.
Rude.
Buffalo's going to be -4 tomorrow, and then 2 days of massive snow. No idea why I live here. I do, because I freaking love Buffalo.
We had a good time.
I really do love Buffalo.
And Canisius College, you missed out.
Right? Art Vandelay. Do you eat canned sardines? The only sardines I ever eat are sardinias in Lisbon during the
Festas Populares.
right?
But they're grilled. They're like this big there.
They're I mean they're like
Which is funny because they have all those canned sardines from Portugal, the little ones. I'm like, but no one in Portugal actually eats those.
I mean, I've never seen that ever there.
Chris Frankie.
Hey,
I'm counting down my trip to Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. We entered through Frankfurt. This is my first time going through Frankfurt. It's super simple. It's that German efficiency. You'll be fine. It's not sexy at all, but you'll be fine, buddy. I know you. You travel enough. You'll be good. Chris Carlo, we no longer travel to Italy in summer any longer due to the heat. In July and August, it can be, especially if you're going to the south.
I just want to point this out. We are like 20 minutes behind on comments. Like way bad.
Sorry.
It's really hard to keep up with y'all because you can type a lot faster than we can talk.
Hold on, let me just keep going.
Right?
I'll move down. My bad.
I mean, just pop down a little bit and talk to some people.
Okay, Chris, I do love y'all's El Salvador water stories. Yes, Chris, 69. I know why he picked this month to put that on there. You naughty, naughty, naughty boy.
The dog is fussing. Do you hear him?
Yes. So, Trevor, I see more Yankees hats than anything else in Europe. You fit in with Yankees hats. I'm a Rays hat, and they know I'm a tourist. Yes. So that's actually, I had a thing about blending in. And one of the things is the baseball cap. And the funny thing is I was laughing because when I was walking around I was, filming for a couple of weeks. The only baseball caps I saw were New York ones. It was hilarious. Top 3 places to visit in the U.S.
Savannah. It's always my first. I mean, and that gives you a good like Southern cultural, artful kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
New York, right?
Okay.
And I want to pick somewhere like out west.
No. It's got to be
like-
your 3 favorite places.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, wait, no. What are your?
places?
Oh no. What are your top
It's
3 places to
top
visit?
3.
No, sorry.
I mean, if I
That's to
weren't
visit.
American,
That's to visit. That's to visit. Sorry.
Okay, so Savannah,
New York City.
New York. I mean, gosh, we have so many national parks. I don't know which one.
Pick your 3rd, and then I'll do my 3.
Tucson.
Tucson.
I love
So Tucson, you have the Sonora Desert down there, and Sonoran hot dogs, which is
Mm.
nice. Good artwork and stuff down there.
And they were the first gastronomical
UNESCO
World Heritage for gastronomy thing.
That's right. So there's Jocelyn's 3. I would have 2 of those 3, but I'm going to do 3 new ones so they don't cross over. For me, New Orleans, Louisiana, fantastic place to visit. If you're looking for nature, I'm going to just say Montana, and you can go to Glacier National Park, or there's a little part of Yellowstone right there. You can see that. So I get like 3 things for 1 there.
And the fishing's good.
Yes, the fishing is good there. And then number 3. 3.
It's hard to pick the 3rd one.
Well, you took 2 of my 3. I mean, there's other places that are cool to visit. Like Boston's good, San Diego's good. Where else do I like to go? Oddly enough, you want a really good beach? Osage Beach, like Gulf Shores, Alabama. Beautiful beach.
Oh, I could go for Gulf Shores.
Yeah, so some nice stuff there. Let's see. Ah, Dong. Dong. I want to say Doug. I'm going to say Doug. I'm heading to Leona this March. Can I count on some sunny weather? Will be cold and
The
blustery. It won't be blustery. March thinks
Might be wet.
it might be wet. I would just do like, hey, this is what I do every time. 2 days before we travel, I look at the 10-day forecast and I base it off that because it's like here, like literally, it was like for Christmas we had like 60 degrees, but then like through like the week before we had like -10 and a foot of snow. So like stuff goes. So just check 10 days out. Twisted Brown.
Have you ever been to Romania? Let's talk about how much I loved Romania this summer. We were there this summer. We did this whole Balkans thing. Absolutely loved it. I loved Brasov so very much. I mean, and also I got to go to church, which was really cool to go to church in a different language. That was neat. I loved the people were cool. Oh, and I found really great like shop in Brasov, and it was like all these local designers,
Cool
and it was neat.
Yeah.
So neat.
And then you had the lady that the master has.
The creepy lady at the castle. We're
getting artwork from Bron Castle or near Bron Castle, and like this lady was telling Jocelyn the whole story, but it was seriously like you would think it was like the master has let me do this.
Kept telling my master has given you this gift, and I'm like, oh, I need the holy water. I mean, it was
like it was a while because like
you're right there next to like where the whole Dracula thing, right? And it was
but it was funny because like then there's like a haunted house like tourist attraction for kids, and Liam and I went through the whole thing, and by the time we came out, Jocelyn was still talking with that lady. It took forever.
Wasn't talking though.
Master. It was hilarious.
She kept saying my master.
My master. Sorry.
That's why it was.
See, that's why she was the one that's under control. I'm just saying.
It was creepy.
Rafa, thank you very much for the super chat. Man, come to Poland. No joke at all. We were actually there. I filmed a ton. My editors are really doing like, so we've got like, what do we have? The unwritten rules of Poland. You're going to love that one. You're going to love the unwritten. Then when I filmed like what you should know before you go to Poland, which is really like from accommodation, money, people, very much more of a like, hey man, I don't know anything about Poland. What I need before I go. That one. I got a few. There was probably like 4 or 5 we filmed just trying to help people like, what makes the Polish people so Polish? So having some fun times with that one. But you'll like the videos. They're going to come out not because people aren't really considering traveling right now. So they're going to come out probably starting in March. So we'll have that.
And thank you for the super chat.
Yes. Henry, my brother.
Hey, Henry.
Thanks, Henry, for the super chat. Mark and Jocelyn, buenas noches. Buenas noches to you, my friend. Hey, will you guys be in Europe around the time of the total solar eclipse in August? Have you guys ever experienced a solar eclipse?
And yes.
Yeah, we will not be there for that because in August, this could be, what's the date? I can't remember the date it is this year.
But also just August in general for us is
hectic.
2 children plus Mark with classes. But we had the solar eclipse. How many years ago was that?
Oh, it's almost 10 years ago now.
Oh, really? I mean, we did this whole big thing and like the kids got out of school, or the kids were allowed to be out of school.
And they were like, please don't blind your children. So we had like the glasses. Yeah. We had like people made the like sliced boxes and stuff.
But also I think Angie made a bunch of treats that went along with like solar eclipse or whatever.
So we all met in this park, and it was fun. It was fun.
That was really fun. I mean, the camaraderie was just as fun as seeing the eclipse.
Yeah, it was cool. Jim and Harry, hey, thank you again for another super chat and the membership. It's very nice of you. What do you think of the top 3 things that give you away as a tourist? Your
loudness.
What?
If you're American and you talk like this, and
everybody talks loud. The Spaniards talk loud. The Italians talk loud too.
But they talk about I had to get toilet paper today.
Touche. Yeah, so the loudness gives you away. I would say
the clothes.
Clothes always. So if you're in Europe, Europeans, 1, more fitted clothing. 2, more put together. There's no pajamas, no looseness.
There is no athleisure unless they're actually going to or from the gym.
Yes, and literally only to and from the gym. Not like, oh, I'm going to go later. No. They're going to go home, change, and go do that. Yep. And then let's see. What else would give you away? Actually, this is not as much as it used to be. Back in the day, shoes always gave it away, like the gym shoes kind of stuff. Because like Americans had white shoes and Europeans had like urban street shoes.
Colorful.
But now, I mean, now this with the
Shoes have
sneaker,
kind of gotten better.
yeah,
well-
well, this because you get the same stuff everywhere. So like you can get your Alto
Also-
shoes here and there. So
Also, On
Aldo.
changed that a lot
Mhm.
because On is a Swedish company or a Swiss
Swiss.
company,
Yeah.
and they're kind of all over Europe, and so you'll see more of those. I feel like On really changed that game. But I think wearing baseball hats, and yes, I know people in Europe wear baseball hats, but not like Americans do. Americans are like crazy about their baseball hats, right?
Yeah.
And they're a different kind of thing. Like a New York hat is gonna like
It's
a
fine.
Yankees hat.
Yeah,
Everybody
black
will wear
Yankees
it,
hat,
yeah.
you'll be fine. And a little bit if you have like the dark blue Dodgers LA hat, that one's okay too. But anything else, people are like tourists, just like Eric B was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing, right?
George Hammerline, enjoy your programs. You have Europe several times a year and watch your shows and learn a lot. Oh, thanks, man.
That's
Like that's
awesome.
what we want to help fellow travelers enjoy. Let's see.
Wait, there was one up there that had my name in it. I just want to read it because I can't see
There-
that fast.
That was Sina in Italy. She went to church.
Oh yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Like it's something special. I need my glasses.
So we went for the food. Regarding not finding flights, should have said we are having trouble with European award flight bookings. Yes.
Oh,
Maybe the cash price
got
are already
you.
low. They won't want to give them away for points as much. This
Yep.
is one of those things. Like so Liam and I are traveling to go like
God,
so.
you're talking with your American voice. What's
Sorry,
that?
you started it. Now I gotta.
No, we were talking about what gave us away.
I know. Anyway. So anyway,
My Europe
Liam-
ears hurt.
yeah. So Liam and I are going down to see Caleb here in a little while. And I was looking for reward flights because I'm like, look, I got all these miles. Let's just do that so we don't pay for it and just go see him. And I couldn't believe they're like, when I look for the prices, there's like 6 flights available. When I go for reward flights,
Oh,
one.
Lord.
There was
Right.
one. And then
They don't
and
want to
then,
give you that.
no, and then especially if you have like the Delta when they have the companion passes. This is one that was great.
It's such
Like I
BS.
looked, there's 6 flights. I went for rewards, there was 4. And then I went for, hey, what about the companion pass? 1.
So,
I'm like, why do you give us this stuff?
but on the other end of it, miles. Like I just pay for things with miles. Like I went down to Savannah last minute this week, and I, thank God they have miles that never expire. That's a big deal to me.
Yep. So Mark and Tracy Pace, best day trips from Sevilla. Cordoba, number 1.
Yeah.
Go to Cordoba. Even just go for the day to go to the Mezquita, which is mosque, but it's actually inside the cathedral. The cathedral's inside the old mosque with the double archways. We've got a video
It's really
on the
beautiful.
don'ts of Cordoba and eats of Cordoba. It'll help you out. There, you want to have the
We buy
fried
shoes.
eggplant. Oh yeah, buy shoes there too.
I always buy piles of shoes when we go to Spain. Like literally, I buy a bigger, or I take a bigger bag than I ordinarily would because I buy a lot of shoes in Spain.
See. Marco Cavallo Menando. I remember Mark drunk in Barrio Alto. Yes, I did drink quite a bit when I was in
Wait,
Barrio Alto.
I mean, did we hang out with you in Barrio Alto?
Probably. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I don't know if I did.
Well, I remember me
Man,
getting drunk.
We had some good times in
We had a
Barrio
good time. I wouldn't mind going back. I wouldn't mind moving back. It was a fun time.
I think that I would love to buy our old apartment and live there
Oh,
forever.
I would do
man.
that. Well, I'm going for a Fulbright scholarship. Did I tell you that? I have an interview next week or in 2
Thanks
weeks.
for telling the whole world before you.
Well,
told
it's
me.
just an interview. It's just like I'm learning
Oh
about
my
to apply.
gosh,
And the guy was like,
What?
the guy's like, look, you're not going to get the research one, but for the teaching one,
Mark!
I don't. It's just they just don't. It's just it
What
could
are you
just be
even talking about?
whatever. Anyway,
This is big.
yes,
I'm so proud of you.
work won't care, but whatever.
I don't care. I'm
Anyway.
so proud of you.
Okay, so hi 5606. Only 3 days in London this summer. What to see? Skip. Okay, with 3 days, get to one of the changing of the guards. Go to the Tower of London. It's expensive but worth it, and do the Beefeater tour. Don't walk on your own. Go with the Beefeater. They're freaking awesome to do. And go to the British Museum. Those are 3 things you got to do when you are there. That's my thing I want you to do. Because 3 days, you don't have time for the day trips out to Hampton Court or anything like that. You focus on that, and you'll be good to go. Lindy was laughing when you were doing your loud voices. Oh yes, another giveaway. taking ages to take a selfie while people walk behind you. Oh yeah. Actually, that's one. So I have a video what gives you away. That's actually one of the ones I
That
have on there.
actually
So
is a
thank you
thing,
for
isn't it? That's a really good point. I'm like a super fast selfie taker, which is why I'm the worst Instagrammer because, well, I just don't take good pictures. I'm like,
it helps
let's
to
go.
clean out the lens.
That's not the problem.
Every picture of you is beautiful except it's
It's
smudged.
weird.
Anyway, Budapest or Prague?
Budapest.
Prague for me. Boom. All right. Let's see. What's your favorite wildlife encounter on your travels? I know exactly what you're gonna say. Too bad Caleb's not here.
Can we tell it?
Yeah,
Can
go
we?
ahead.
Okay,
Yes. We've
so
told it like 900 times.
have we told it on the
Yes.
World Wide Web?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We are in the remote mountainous region of Rwanda. And Caleb's like, I gotta go. And we're like, you gotta hold on. We're like, there's
He's like,
nothing.
no. And it wasn't pee.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe he had eaten something bad,
No, he just had to go. And kids,
just
you
had
know,
to
you know,
go?
kids, they're like, hey, go to the
I
bathroom.
guess
I'm going to go.
So anyway, our driver's like, okay, hold up. We're gonna just pull over in this place. Give me a minute. So he pulls over. Caleb goes down the little hill, and you see him kind of like squat down by a tree, and you can just see his like little knees and his head. And then you see a monkey.
One monkey.
And then you see another monkey. And then you see like 65 monkeys. Like all these heads pop up, and you see Caleb's like,
and he tries to try running,
He's
and
like,
all the monkeys are going after him. He gets by there, he's like, I don't need to go. I don't need to go. But it was hilarious because it was like,
there had to be 24 monkeys.
yeah, it was hilarious. Like
I mean, they were all just kind of like curious about the other little monkey going potty.
Our guide driver wasn't really worried, but like we were just laughing, and Caleb was like, they all came out of nowhere, and they were coming after me. But he was like, I mean, that's a bit of a while. So he was probably like 12, 13.
Was he 12? I don't know. I mean, he was young.
Yeah. Let's see.
22?
Someone was asking about they were going to go to Australia for the Australian Open or go to Sydney. I like Sydney better than Melbourne, but Melbourne's a cool place. You could probably, I mean, with 7 days, you could do both. If you did Melbourne and Sydney to kind of like just fly between the two. Solomon, hey, I'm 14. Cool. Always great to have a young traveler here. Cool. We had to cancel our trip to El Salvador. Dang it. But we have Valeria's trip credit. I'm really interested in Mayan ruins, so we were considering Guatemala. So what I might look at is flying into Belize, and then from Belize you can do like a day trip over into Tikal in Guatemala. Like that could be another thing you could look at if your parents are worried about safety or something like that, because Guatemala's got some issues. It's not that bad
in some parts,
but like
the
safer way. Oh yeah, Tikal's fine.
Right.
But like the safer way is to stay in Belize, do stuff there, and then go over. Because if you're in Belize, you could actually do like rafting in caves too. So that might be
There's
something
a lot
cool.
of fun stuff to do in Belize, but that's kind of what we did. We loved Tikal.
Marco, you know Marco from the Ratu Flat. I'll show him on Facebook, and you'll be like,
oh no, I know. Oh my gosh, let's go back and hang out. You want to hang out?
We'll be back this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Bridges, Fulbright application for real. Good luck. Thank you. We'll see what happens. The person that contacted
you totally like rained on my parade. I was so excited for you.
Well,
you always try to dumb down my
because
excitement.
the person that contacted me, just some of that, they're like, hey, we think you'd be really good.
You would be.
But the thing is like you have. Well, anyway, I will go into that politics stuff with work and stuff. What this one? No. Let's see, where to go? If Caleb doesn't know Portuguese, I'm gonna make a scandal yourself. So Caleb. Yeah. So when we were in Portugal, Caleb always said he never spoke Portuguese, though he was at school, and then the teacher's like, bullshit. He freaking really speaks it all the time, and she like literally no English. She's like, oh no, bullshit. He speaks all the time, but he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. No clue you're talking about. It was
He's
funny.
such a turd. He's always been like that.
He's always been like that.
What's funny is that our kids like hear more of it than they speak. I think they like.
Well, and what was sad is because
Liam was born there.
Liam was born there, and we wanted to I was going to speak Portuguese to him, and she was to speak English to him, but he had a speech delay.
He had a profound speech delay.
He literally couldn't talk, and so they were like, you cannot do two language because he cannot talk. So we didn't teach him when he was little.
Yeah, but you know what? But at the same time, we use a lot of Portuguese words. It's weird. We use
Na mesa. That's right.
That's how we call everybody to the table. We use funny words, a lot of things in Portuguese. Acabou. And
Acabou.
Liam,
Bobo.
as a baby, would go bobo
Because the other kid makes you. That's the sounds he could make.
because he couldn't speak. But we do use a lot of Portuguese words in our everyday life. It's just what we do.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Chris. Love the channel. What activities would you recommend for a 4-day weekend in Cartagena? Okay, so if you want one, just wander around the old town itself is awesome for a day or two by itself. But what I would do is take the boat trips out into like the mangrove forest. And so you go net fishing.
Do not, under any circumstances, try to do an arabesque on a mangrove tree because you might end up with a really big scar down your leg.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, la la.
I mean,
she wasn't drinking either.
I wasn't, but I just decided to do an arabesque on a mangrove tree. That was dumb. But let me tell you, I love that net fishing. I could have spent all dang day net fishing. It was so much fun. Oh, do you remember that guy at the hotel?
Okay.
We have to be very careful about how we say this because this man was filthy.
Yeah. So he may have been a professional man. People got to make a living.
Whatever.
But the hotel we're at, he would just walk around flaunting his wares, but he had a very loose like Speedo on.
And he liked to touch it a lot.
Yeah, and I think he was baselining, what's that, the blue pill thing? Viagra?
I
think he was baselining Viagra too, because it was just like the whole time.
It was
every day.
The most.
Every day.
We were just sitting there and laughing, and Sandra was with us on that trip, and she and I had all the words to say about it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh my goodness.
So Rob wants to know, did I miss this? What did you decide about adding more food content in this channel? How did the poll work out? So the poll was like, well, it was like 40% yes, add food, 20% don't add food, and then it was 40% was like, you have a food channel? So it's like, okay.
I guess the food's coming back.
So the food came back. So I put it back. I put the Eats of Nancy on
here. But
here.
if we do
that, and no one watched it.
You
have to watch it because no one watched it. Only had like 4,000 views. I was like, oh, okay, maybe not.
See, and that's why we made a food channel because nobody was watching it. We thought, well, maybe people need a specific thing just for food, but then people get pissy. I don't know.
Let's see.
Lots of stuff. You know what? We have been on over an hour, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. We'll get a couple more.
Okay.
Here's a good one. So what are some Kaiser Bunga? Thank you very much for the writing to us. What are some misconceptions Europeans have about the U.S. that prevents us from traveling to the U.S.? Well, one, they think that everyone's going to get arrested and beaten up and shot by the police, and you're going to get robbed, and someone's going to shoot you, and then they're going to shoot you again. And it's not safe anywhere in the U.S., and everyone hates each other, and everyone's like crazy. No. Americans are wonderful everywhere you go.
Just like everywhere in the entire world, whatever the news says, it is sensationalized.
Yeah.
That's that.
That I'm gonna say.
That's the biggest one. I think.
Like I have no problem. Like we have friends. We're like, hey, they're sending their kids to come stay with us. Like we have no problem with. Like I have no problem having my friends' kids come stay with us, or the friends come. So
I also have something else though, a misconception that Europeans have that doesn't prevent them but messes them up when they do get here. Y'all can't drive from New York to Miami to LA in 3 days. Like you just can't do it. It is not physically possible. People think they're going to take this road trip and see all these things, but it is not feasible. We are a very, very big country.
Yeah, because I have people that write me like, yeah, we got 2 weeks. We're going to fly in New York, drive down to Miami, then over to LA. I'm like, so you're going to spend like 7 days in the car?
It's just insane. And it's cool because America is a great place to see by car because we're built that way. Yeah. And it's awesome. But it takes a lot more time than you think. I think that Europeans specifically need to do like a comparison map. Like Europe,
you overlay it.
Yeah, when you overlay the continents and so that you can really understand how big something is.
Yeah. Let's see. Hello, recently found your channel. Oh, well, welcome.
Cool.
We'll be going to Amsterdam for the first time in the summer for a concert in Arnhem. Should I use public transportation from Amsterdam or stay overnight? You'll be able to do public transportation from Amsterdam. Heck, you could stay someplace else.
But at the same time, Amsterdam is going to be more expensive for you to stay in than kind of almost anywhere else in the country. And I think that you might enjoy staying somewhere else. Their transportation though is lovely. It's clean, it's fast, it's
Mhm.
constant. You don't have to wait a long time, so you'll be fine with public transport.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, So we went for the food. Thinking of Belgium, based in Antwerp. Antwerp. Honestly, the prettiest train station. I literally was just there like 5 days ago, 6 days ago.
6 days ago.
But Ghent, Ghent and Bruges are the two best places. Antwerp can be a good base. But what's cool about Belgium is literally anywhere in Belgium can be your base to explore the whole country because it's so small. And they have so much public transportation going everywhere. You'll be fine. Don't even have to rent a car.
This is a good thing to point out. Osfly Girl says,
Okay.
And public transportation in the U.S. is more limiting, not like the EU. So yes,
yeah,
Europeans need to be very aware of that. We just really don't do that.
Mr. Beer 3000 INI. My old glass that was taken away from me had an Illinois I on it.
That's because you didn't have enough ginger ale in it, baby.
There you go. All right, let's see. Linda Ward, this is a great one. I once heard about a visitor to Toronto wanting to take a day trip to Vancouver.
Well, bless their heart.
I think they flew on the 6 a.m.
I mean,
flight.
you could if you flew and you might.
Yeah, you took the 6 a.m. flight out and then the red eye back.
It could happen in a day with the time change.
Yeah.
Depends on how you.
No, but it is funny how sometimes that happens. But that's just because people just don't know, and that's why we make these videos so we can help people out.
Right.
Oh, Mike Vlogs, thanks, buddy. 3 months of being a member. I appreciate it.
Super cool.
And the cool is so like if you're looking on YouTube, you'll see like the Walters World logo. Then Cool Dude, I think is my picture on there, so you'd have that one there. But thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Go right there.
Andrew, thank you very much for the super chat, man. Do a video on Hawaii, Alaska, and Lake Tahoe. So Hawaii, we were going there right as the prices were spiking high, and then one of us tested positive for COVID. That's back when you couldn't fly. You had it, so we got stuck for that. And then the prices for Hawaii have gotten so insanely expensive.
They really have.
Like literally, I can take all of us to Europe for cheaper.
So Alaska is something that is going to come. I really have this thing about going up there. I want to do an iconography class up there, but we'll see what happens with that. So.
Nice. And as Yelzer said, before we sign off, don't forget to like the video. And we're trying to do more of the lives because we kind of got away from it. I'm trying to do at least 2 or 3 a month so we can answer more questions. And if we're snowed in on Sunday, like this Sunday, we're going to do another live on Sunday. So look for, I don't know the time yet. So it depends on the snow.
We've got a couple more I want to answer really fast.
Sure,
I know. Because it's a kid thing.
Yeah.
Lynn Stevens, my son and I are traveling to Spain April, May. I thought we should start in Granada, go to Cordoba by train, and then Madrid by train. All the derailment reports say tracks need work.
Okay.
I haven't done that in a minute.
So
I don't know.
no, because there's 2 horrible derailments.
I know. But
so I've taken those trains, like the train and from those things. It's horrible what happened.
Car and drive those things.
Yeah, you can. But there's a fast train that goes from Cordoba to Madrid, which is super simple. And there's a slower train that'll go Cordoba to Granada to Cordoba. You can also look at buses if you want to go between that way. Like there is some work that needs to be done. I wouldn't be too scared. Like it wouldn't keep me from traveling that way, especially now that they know there's issues. So I wouldn't keep you from doing that. But if you do feel uncomfortable, there are buses that will take you those places. Or again, like she said, you can rent a car for that. So which one?
Okay. This one.
If you were to retire today, where would you retire to?
Savannah, Italy.
Savannah, Italy. I must have been, because Savannah doesn't sound Italian. Is that Savannah, Italy? Is that the Italian city of Savannah? I must have. Is that?
Hush now.
I
want a tiny little apartment in both.
Okay, I don't want a tiny apartment. I love you, but we all.
Y'all, we're gonna sign off now. Have a great
night. I'm kidding.
I need to go beat my husband.
Stay away from Oregonian. and Washingtonian when they're hanging out together because they'll get crazy. The Pacific Northwest is beautiful over there, though. Where do you go that has the funniest people?
Right here.
Right here.
Here in my library.
Right here, my friends. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go for tonight. Thank you very much for being on here. Again, if we get snowed in, we'll be back here on Sunday. But I'll announce it on our social medias and stuff, so you can pop on and have more
Y'all
questions, more
stay
fun.
safe and
Yes.
warm.
Yeah,
And
stay
look
safe.
out for one another.
Yeah,
if
so if
you
you-
have old people near you, check on them.
Yeah, because that is the saddest thing about it. Yes,
Yep.
that's true. All right, y'all be good. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, and wherever you're in the world, happy travels. Bye, y'all. Oh, Jinx. Ha ha.